Hello, Sophia here from What the Heck to Post. And I thought today would be a really good idea. We have a lot of new members this week, so I thought it'd be really smart for us to walk through how exactly to use What the Heck to Post. I think the biggest problem with social media is the overwhelm. Social media is already confusing. So when you don't know how to use a tool, or when you don't know how to think about the tool that you're using, it can feel even more overwhelming. So today, my objective is to alleviate some overwhelm and really walk you through how you can use What the Heck to Post every week. So let's dive in. First things first, just as a reminder that your emails land in your inbox on every single Wednesday, right? So on Wednesday, you're going to get an email that looks something like this. Hopefully it's not addressed to Sophia. Hopefully it's addressed to your name. I had someone this week actually say that I addressed them as Sophia, which was very strange. So we fixed that issue. Thanks, Alex, for pointing that out to me. So this is will be directed to you. I'll share a brief overview of a couple of things that are, highlighted in this week's content plan. And then I'll have this big fancy pink button that says click here for instant access. That's the button you pick to be directed to What the Heck to Post. For those of you who will still be aren't done with the last content plan, you can click on this handy little link here. So just as a reminder, since these are arriving to you every Wednesday, that means you have a couple of days heads up before the content plan begins on the following Monday. So you have a few days, 5 in fact, to get your thoughts together and really get yourself organized around how you want to use social media the following week. This is supposed to help you think ahead so that you're not always on the fly and that you can actually put some thought into your content in a way that feels organized and strategic. All right, so let's click on this big fancy button and take a look at what we have in store. All right, so you'll be directed to a page a lot like this. All right, so you'll be directed to a page that looks a lot like this. What the Heck to Post up at the top. Then I usually have some kind of a video for you, welcoming you and telling you a couple of things to keep in mind to keep a lookout for this week and to really be thinking about. And over here, I really want to point out here, let me make my video a little smaller. Over here, this part of What the Heck to Post is going to stay the same every single week. I'm going to swap out the links so it's always relevant, but you will always have a hashtag calendar, you'll always have an image library, you'll always have a hashtag library, and you'll always have something extra, which will usually be the video. So November's hashtag calendar, if you click on that, you'll be directed to an actual calendar. You can print it out, you can do whatever you want to it. It's a calendar that you can write on, you can plan ahead, and it shares what types of hashtags are coming your way that month. Following that, we have a traffic-focused library. For those of you who have not seen my webinar where I walk you through how the algorithm works, first off, if you haven't seen that and you want to, please direct message me over on Instagram at Sophia Parra, P-A-R-R-A. Traffic-focused content is the type of content that the algorithm thrives on. It's the very easy to engage content, and you do need a healthy sprinkle of that within your social media content. It's the content that's going to get you the most engagement, which is therefore going to prime the algorithm to push all of your other content. It's one reason I share a folder of content with you every single week, and it's always new. It's supposed to represent the content that went viral that week, so you can get a sense of the type of content and styles that are performing very well within our coaching industries. So that's a very important library, and there will always be, depending on the week, 15 to 30 new, sometimes even more than that. Sometimes I go overboard. New quotes or memes, which tends to be what traffic-focused content is, in that library. The next is your hashtag library. And I actually want to click on this. This is a Google Doc. So let me show you what this looks like. Okay, so this is a Google Doc. And if you hit, so let's let it load. So when you click on that, you're going to be directed to a Google Doc. And if you hit Command F, oh, it's not working. Oh, here it is. It's taking a little bit to load, but if you hit Command F, a little search like engine for the Google Doc is going to appear right here. Click on that. Again, my internet's writing slow. Click on that. You can type in something like health. Maybe you're looking for hashtags that are within health. And you will be directed to a place on the doc where I talk about health, right? So you will see that each group of hashtags is separated according to topic. So we have binge eating, intuitive eating. We have 20 pages in here of hashtags, like separated by category. So you can search anything: love, health, mindset, whatever feels, related to your type of content. I definitely am paying attention to coaching themes in here. So use this resource to find hashtags that don't have millions and millions of images attached to them. The more images, after you get to 500,000 images, it's not worth your time to use hashtags, right? So you really want to stick between 10,000 and 500,000 images posted to your hashtag for it to be useful to you. So this library is designed to provide those for you so that you can cheat the system a little bit and not spend so much time looking for them. Okay. Okay, back to what the heck to post. So now we have this core beginning, our little intro handled. You know what to expect in there. And then again, over here, I will always have either a mini training, something to touch base with you, just to kind of walk you through what to expect in this week's content. So after that first section, I have an overview of the hashtag days that are happening in that particular week. So up above, I have the calendar to show you the full month. Now we're zeroing in on the week at hand, right? So here are the hashtags happening for this specific week that as we watch this, as I'm filming this, that we're currently in. And I share some of the hashtags to use that I have seen perform best for me. Then we move into what the heck to post. Here, separated by date and day, I have prompts for you. They are detailed. I walk you through examples. For example, I gave you the prompt up here, and then I said some topics to consider. I think of topics based off of the coaches that are within the program. So if you feel like your industry isn't being represented in what the heck to post, please email me and let me know. It just means I'm not aware of you yet, or I haven't come in contact with you yet. So I haven't been told to start thinking about your industry in a different way. So please email me if you are a coach who does not feel represented in what the heck to post. But I really do I talk to relationship coaches, health coaches, life coaches, sex coaches, business coaches. I really do think about all of you, and all of our prompts are designed. To speak to that. Okay. Then at the side. Okay, so moving past moving right along here, the next section we have is what's happening this week. This is where I just give a more specific overview of the hashtags happening within that week that we are currently talking about. Past that is when we move into what the heck to post. These are your content prompts, and as you can see, they are separated by day of the week and, of course, date. Each content prompt is designed with coaches in mind. So I'm speaking specifically about coaching themes. I try to be as specific as possible to get the juices flowing. So even if this prompt does not feel like something you want to talk about that day, I try to kind of, give you some topic ideas so that even if this prompt isn't what you speak to, something else starts to spur in you, and you think of something else that works really well, right? Usually to the side, I'll either have a video of me explaining the significance behind the prompt, because there might be a strategy involved that I want to walk you through, Or in this particular instance, I share an example of another coach within our industry who used a prompt similar to this. I'm not saying that they're a client, but that they have created content that speaks to this prompt so that you can see how other coaches, how other successful coaches in the industry who are active on social media are using this type of content to generate engagement, to build their brand, and to demonstrate their value as coaches. So in this particular example, I shared Shannon. Now, usually if you see a highlight in pink, you will see that I have created some example copy for you. If it fits within your business, you can copy and paste it and use it for yourself. And then I always will share links to the Traffic Focus library as well. Moving along, we see another example of this. Here's an example where I shared a prompt. I felt like it might be confusing for people, so I actually filmed an example so you could actually see it in action. I'm not going to press play, but just because I don't know how that's going to play out in this video. But that is the significance behind some of these videos on the side. I want to really walk you through how I have done something in action so you can implement easily. Moving right along here, we have Wednesday. This particular day has a trending hashtag. It's Stress Awareness Day. Stress is a massive topic within pretty much all the coaches that I work with. So today's prompt is designed to speak specifically to stress so that we can have an excuse to use that trending hashtag. This particular prompt, I also shared a couple of examples of how you could use it, whether or not you're a business coach, a health coach, a relationship coach, branding or social media coach. I just shared a couple of examples. And then I also shared some examples of how some other coaches are doing it. So in this particular example, you have a video training for me to walk you through the significance behind the prompt. I think it was just 60 seconds long, and then some examples. Okay, so I think you're kind of getting the picture here. We've got a prompt, and we always have some kind of example or explanation to really hold your hand through it in case you're feeling confused. Of course, this extra is only for those who are feeling lost. If you're not feeling lost, if you get the prompt, you don't have to watch, you don't have to absorb that extra content. That's really just for those who feel like they need it. Great. So then we move into the Steal My Stuff section. And as you can see at the bottom of a lot of these prompts, I have something like, take a look at content below in my Steal My Stuff section, post number 2, click here to go there. So you can click at any point those pink links and it'll take you directly to the Steal My Stuff section. Here's where I share examples of the prompts. So this particular example, if my memory serves, this was an example of content you can use for Monday's prompt of Job Action Day. So I wrote a couple of example captions for you. For some of you, this will resonate so perfectly that you can literally just copy and paste and put it into your scheduler and post, right? Trying to make this as easy for you as possible. For others, it won't fit for you. However, you can use the idea. You can change any of the wordings so that it's speaking directly to your target audience. You can do what you want with this content, but this content is written for you with you in mind. Obviously, I'm speaking as if I'm talking, so and for some of you, or in some instances, there might need to be some editing. But for the most part, the idea here is for either to give you an example of this prompt in action or for you to literally take the content and just make it your own. You can steal my stuff. I usually have 2 to 3 posts like that. This was a longer one, and that's it. So that is what the heck to post. As you can see, the content in here the idea is to give you content ideas every week, give you a content plan every week that you can follow, so that you always have ideas around what to say, ideas that are decided based off of analytics, strategy. My objective is to help you build your know, trust, like factor. As you can see, I always have 3 core objectives when I am creating content. I want to demonstrate your values so that when it is time to sell, you've really stepped forward as an authority in your field. I want to demonstrate the human behind the brand. This is social media after all. If we're not being social on social media, it will not work for you. I cannot stress that enough. And I also want us to just be strategic, right? For example, an example of that would be the traffic focused content, the quotes and the memes. I sometimes hear resistance around that. I hear people not really wanting to post quotes and memes, but the purpose behind that is to generate some action on the algorithm, to generate some engagement. So I'm really trying to help you, remind you and give you ideas on how you can create those three types of content: traffic-focused content, value-focused content, and human-focused content. Again, so that you can build your know, trust, like factor, which is the core of what moves the needle when it comes to our sales. So I hope that is clear around how you can use What the Heck to Post. Thank you so much for asking, Alex. I'm really happy that I filmed this video for all of you who haven't heard from me. I have one other question now. If you are feeling like you would really benefit from a webinar around, let me create this. Okay, that's a wrap on how to use What the Heck to Post. Thank you so much for asking, Alex. Now, I have a question. If you feel like you would really benefit from a webinar around how the algorithm works, I know some of you have already heard this webinar, but others of you have not. If you are one who has not and would like to sit in on a webinar where I will teach you how the algorithm works and the 8 types of content that are best used for conversion on social media, please DM me at Sophia Para and let me know. And my team and I might organize something either at the very beginning of 2020 or in December, so really soon from now. So let me know, and I'd be glad to offer that. Okay, so amazing speaking to you guys here. Have an amazing week, and let me know if you have any questions at all.